These are the lashes that I use for these individual eyelash extensions. These are just the V-Lux by INV30D cluster lashes in the length medium and long. The glue that I use is the Duo Individual Lash Adhesive in the dark color. And I just use this little tweezer right here to pick up the lashes and stick them onto my eyelids. With this glue, I started off by just using a little, and as I needed more, I would reapply it into the container that the lash came in. So this is how I take each individual lash out with the tweezer. And when I dip the lashes in, I don't dip the whole end of it in. I just dip the top end of it in because I'm going to be sticking it onto the inner corner of my lash line. I didn't really need to blow on this to get it tacky because this glue got tacky on its own pretty fast. And these are what the lashes that I did so far look like, and I will be demonstrating how I put on each lash. So I tilt my head back and I just stick it on to the inner side of my lashes. When I'm doing this, and when you're doing this, if you decide to try, do not put it in too close to your eyelids because it will burn your eyes. And also when it dries and you're blinking, you're going to feel that big chunk of lash glue and that ball at the end just in your eye every blink you make. This process is not a perfect process. It's not necessarily an easy process. I did have mess ups like I'm having right here. But all I could say is just take the lash off as soon as you can before it dries, because when this glue dries, it dries and it's not going anywhere. Like, I thought because this was a little cheap glue, it would not stick on for long. But this thing was so hard to take off of my eyes, and I was so impatient. I ended up ripping out my own lashes. Don't be like me, y'all. I recommend letting them soak off in coconut oil and water and just be very patient. But here I am again, redemonstrating how I put each lash on. And I don't really need to blow on. I don't know why I kept doing that. As you can see, as I'm just putting on one lash at a time, it is very thin. If you look at the other eye or at the finished product as a whole, my lashes were very thick, in my opinion. And the reason for that is because after doing one row, I went back under that one row and I stacked lashes underneath it just to make sure that I had a full luxurious lash set. Like I said in the beginning of this video, I use the long length and the medium length. I use the long length working in from the outer corner to the inner corner of my eyes. And when I got to like the final 3 lashes, that's when I started to use the medium length. A lot of you watching this may be wondering how long this lasts, and for me it lasted a week, but that's only because after a week I was tired of it and I was ready for it to come off. So I was soaking it off in the bathroom. I was getting them wet purposely. I was putting coconut oil on it to sleep, and it took a very long time for it to come off. So I think with the proper care, these could really probably last up until 2 weeks or a week and a half. I feel like 2 weeks. It would last for 2 weeks. Towards the end of this process, I decided to use my index finger and my thumb, and I just hold and press down those two onto the top lash line that I glued the lashes under. Don't do this with your eyes closed because there might be glue that's still wet and then you might accidentally squeeze the top lash line and the bottom lash line together, and I don't know what to do for that, so just don't do that.